Quick question on the future, sir, because AI is a force to reckon with. Your viewpoint on that, do you think it is a force for chaos or it's a force for good? And where is Russia in this AI weapon war that's like in a prep situation world over?
Ну, вы знаете, это так же, как любые достижения прогресса, это может быть и злом, это может быть...
You know, like any other achievement of progress, it can be both good and evil. It is clear that it's cross-cutting technology that changes the life of an ordinary person, and, of course, in the near future, it will change the lives of the whole humanity. Those who will be the first to master this technology, use it most effectively, would gain a tremendous benefit in the economy, in social sphere, in defense, as well as in every sphere, in education, in science, healthcare, everywhere, because the effective use of artificial intelligence in each of the spheres will have a multiplier effect for efficiency and productivity. There are also challenges here, and specialists know it fully well. The fact is that it is all based on the processing major data sets, big data. Here comes personal data of people as well. That's number one. And naturally, we need to take steps to guarantee safety and protection to ensure human rights in the widest sense of the word. But here is yet another very important thing. It is that the people who have these databases, in essence, they can use their capacities, the capacities of the developing technologies, to shape the worldview of people.
Предпринимать необходимые усилия для того, чтобы гарантировать безопасность, гарантировать права человека в самом широком смысле этого слова. Но есть еще одна очень важная вещь. Это те люди, которые обладают вот этими базами данных, они по сути через свои возможности, через возможности развивающихся вот этих технологий могут формировать по сути мировоззрение.
Yeah, because we're talking about the future.
But you're talking about health also, and you just spoke about health. So there was a hot mic moment between you and President Xi Jinping, and it was reported very widely when you spoke about longevity, the strides in medicine, biohacking. Do you think immortality is achievable?
Все конечно.
Everything has an end. Only God is eternal. We can extend longevity of life 100%. I'm sure we can. 77 years ago, average lifespan of a person in India was 31 years, and now it's about 70. That's what healthcare does. In India, infant mortality was cut fourfold. We congratulate you. These are all the results of the healthcare effort, and if you use AI in healthcare and you use it to produce medical drugs, for example, using genetic engineering and so on, that means it would have a tremendous effect. Nevertheless, everything comes to an end.
Используя там генную инженерию и так далее, вот то тогда, конечно, эффект будет просто колоссальный. Но все равно все конечно.
Not hinting at your age, sir, but there have recently been a lot of Gen Z protests across the world. How do you connect with the young generation? And we have a lot of leaders now who are looking younger and younger and younger. How does this happen? And how do you connect with the young people in Russia?
Знаете, здесь нет ничего нового. Ведь и у нас в литературе...
You know, there's nothing new here. In literature and in art, this topic of contradiction of the older generation and the younger generation, of fathers and sons in our classic literature, these images have always existed. Fathers and sons. There is nothing new here. You know what's new? The technology. Those messengers, telegram, and so on. They are used to influence the youth. The younger generation, this generation is more or less the same. Young people are always more mobile, more radical. The younger people, a young person, thinks that they are coming across this injustice and so on, and no one saw it before them. And now they saw it, and they will tell it to everyone around. And they think that these injustices are very easy to deal with. They can be easily solved. And when a person becomes more mature, he or she is trying to change something. It turns out that they start to understand that it's possible to find a solution, but it's not as easy as it seemed at first glance. Therefore, we need to talk with people. We can't just say that you're just young, you don't understand anything, you're just sitting there in your homes. It does not work like that. You need to always keep in touch with young people and to use their tools, their devices of obtaining information, to use feedback, social networks, and so on. You need to work there. And I'm sure that you partly do that. I'd like to wish you every success.
Совсем молодые, вы совсем ничего не понимаете, и вот сидите у себя дома там за стенкой. Так тоже нельзя. Нужно постоянно быть в контакте с молодыми людьми и пользоваться их инструментами, их аппаратом, пользоваться теми же современными средствами доведения информации до них, обратной связи в социальных сетях. Надо там работать. Я так понимаю, что вы отчасти этим и занимаетесь. Хочу вам пожелать успеха.
President, sir, we could have gone on for another hour or so, but we're reaching the fag end of our interaction with you. You just mentioned religion a while ago and the Orthodox Church. A very important aspect. I've traveled to Moscow a few times now, and every time you come here during Christmas, it is unbelievably lit. It's unbelievable to see how beautiful Moscow as a city looks. Anjana's first time. So she was surprised. It's better than any European city. But religion does play a very important role now. How do you see spirituality when it comes to the morality question in leadership, the Russian society, and for you personally?
Ну, это основа. Мы все время, во всяком случае, последнее время, все время обращаемся к нашим традиционным, как мы говорим, ценностям.
Well, that's the foundation. We always turn to our traditional values, as we call them. At least that's what we have been doing lately. This does not mean that we use these traditional values to just sit idly. This is simply the foundation that we feel very solid on. But we need to look forward. Naturally, we need to develop and use all modern means of development. And only with that, using our basic fundamental values and vision of the future, that's the only way to efficiently achieve the goals that we are setting for ourselves. And that's the way we have shaped or formulated our goals, the goals of national development. I would really like our national goals and the goals of India, shaped by Government of India, headed by Prime Minister Modi. I would really hope that they coincide so we could join efforts and achieve maximum results.
Совпадали друг с другом, и чтобы мы, объединяя усилия, добивались максимального результата.
So we welcome you with open hearts to India, and we look forward to whatever comes out of the meetings. But I don't know how much of Hindi films or songs you've ever heard. There's an old song that was very popular in Russia, which actually just means that there's a red cap on the head.
You're wearing a red Russian hat.
Russian hat, but the heart is Indian. And it was very popular even in Russia. A lot of people knew about it. Anything that you want to say to about India, Indian society, Indian culture, and what is your message to all Indians who like you a lot and who would want to listen to what Mr. Putin has to say to Indians?
Вот вы сейчас сказали об индийской культуре.
You just mentioned the Indian culture and the Russian culture. You know, I think that we have a lot of citizens in the Russian Federation also having notion of Indian culture as about a fairy tale, a beautiful, bright, colorful fairy tale. From the time of the Soviet Union, people here like Indian movies and Indian music. I would even say that certain known people from Russian society have a cult of the Indian culture, and I like that very much, because I think that it is, as they say, from heart to heart. We'll be doing everything in our power so that this interest would not lose its spark. I would like people in India to know that.
Есть такой даже в известных слоях нашего общества культ индийской культуры. И мне это очень импонирует, мне очень нравится это, потому что это вот то, что называется от сердца к сердцу идет. И мы будем делать все для того, чтобы этот интерес этот не угасал. И хочу, чтобы в Индии об этом знали.